Sports. Everybody likes sports. Sports are awesome. Everybody likes to sit down and just watch people who are significantly more athletic than us, let's be frank here, go and do cool things and do incredible feats of strength or speed. And I think nothing encapsulates that more than the Olympics. The Olympics were athletes from all over the world compete in these really, really good games. Some of them really, really well known, others never been heard of before. And while there were just a couple controversies with this Olympic, event in Paris, from poop water to other things, I think the one thing that oddly has caught everybody's eye is what has happened at the end, because the Olympics have ended a while ago now, maybe a week or two ago, but there's one thing that people are still talking about, and it's one that I can't resist, and that is the breakdancing controversy that has happened with the Olympics. Because yes, they added breakdancing into the Olympics this year for the first time, and it did not have a really good start. Not because of, the vast majority of the people that were doing the breakdancing, but just because of one person. And it's a lot. This is pretty much the climax to the entire, controversial thing that happened with the Olympics. So essentially, because we ran out of sports, we decided to put breakdancing into the Olympics and give it a try. And it all came to a head with one dancer. So it all essentially came to a head with Rachel Gunn. It was her turn. She was a part of the breakdancing game in the Olympic, and it was her turn to start performing, to start dancing her little heart away. And what happened and what transpired just was nothing short of a train wreck, I guess. It was a good day for America, though, because for some reason we had this weird feud with Australia that for some reason kept popping up throughout the Olympics. This one was a very, very sweet victory for America. Yes! Because Australia got the winds taken out of their sails when it came to the breakdancing. I'd like to show it, but unfortunately, because the Olympics are the Olympics, they keep getting... I don't want to run into a copyright issue, but the video it's available out there somewhere. I'm just not going to show it, but I will, to the best of my ability, try to show kind of pictures if I'm allowed. But this thing was painful to watch. I talked about that home run derby national anthem a couple weeks ago, and that was pain for the ears. So imagine that, but it's like pain for the eyes. It was bad. It was bad. Plain and simple. Because she kept doing these really weird abstract moves. One of them was like her hopping like a kangaroo, because we were doing charades, I guess, in the middle of the breakdancing performance. And then there's one where she's like... It's like she's like wiggling on the ground, and the entire thing reminded me of that one episode from SpongeBob where it's like Squidward, he's doing the performance on stage. So imagine that, or the photosynthesis thing that, SpongeBob was doing where he's like photosynthesis. That was pretty much what she was doing on the ground. It was very tough to watch. And the entire thing can be summed up with really one word: weird. Which is a really strange performance. Also considering that there were a lot of other performers, people that came before her, and the stuff that they did was significantly better by like several notches. And then she came on, and then it just, nah fam. But if you think that's bad, it only got worse, because at the end of that entire, dance and song routine, it was time for the judges to make their decision. What was this contestant gonna get? At the end of the day, she managed to score 0 points. 0. I don't think I've heard of anybody in the Olympics scoring 0 points on anything. So all in all, that entire situation was not a great look for Rachel. She later made a statement talking about how, yeah, these people were definitely better than me, yada yada yada. But that just opened an entire can of worms and more questions that need to be answered. One of which being, how did she qualify for the Olympics? How did she manage to qualify for the Australian Olympic breakdancing team? And it becomes even more strange considering that there are clips of other Australian breakdancers who are also competing for the Olympics, and they did significantly better, astronomically better than Rachel did. And yet somehow they didn't manage to get into the Olympics. And so that's just another level of controversy that Rachel has to go through and is currently going through, where they're starting to wonder, how did she get in and these other people didn't? Or was this just a really bad performance by her? At the end of the day, though, I really don't think it matters, because there will never probably, at least for a while, there probably won't be another breakdancing event at the Olympics. The reason being is that it's already canceled for the 2028 Olympics. They're not coming back up. So it was a really interesting end for the Olympics after everything, because there were a lot of things wrong with this Olympic especially in terms of like the athletes and stuff. There's that river that they were swimming in that apparently was incredibly dirty and like full with like fecal matter and crap. Literally, there was no AC for some of the contestants and like poorly made beds. There was just something off about this Olympics. So I think this makes sense that it end on a note like this. But the entire thing is just so strange, because after all of that, everything that happened with this Olympic, this is the one that's standing out the most. And that might be because it's the last event or one of the last events, but still. And listen, I don't know this lady personally. She might be a very nice person, but this is something that's it's gonna stick around for a while, a really long time. This is something that people are not going to forget, and much like the singer at the home run derby, it's in memory, it's in history, it's there, it's not going away. All in all, this was just a really, really strange event that happened at the end of a very, very strange Olympics. But only one thing can be said for sure: USA, USA, USA. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, if indeed you still are. My name is Brockster, and I bid you all adieu.